taken IELTS several times and still stuck with writing 6.5? Do you find writing to be the toughest of all the 4 modules of IELTS? I'm Reggie. Welcome to Drona Institute. And today I'm going to give you some tips and tricks to crack the IELTS writing. How to analyze the IELTS essay question and what are the different types of IELTS essay question. First of all, let's look at the question. If you break down an IELTS essay question, you can understand that every question will have 3 parts. The first part of the IELTS question is got the background or the scope of the essay. So your answer should limit to the scope of the essay. We'll see that in detail when we take examples. Now, the second part of the IELTS question is called the argument. According to the question type, you may have 1 argument, 2 arguments, or no argument at all, and instead there could be an explanation. The last part of the IELTS question is a real question with the question word. So these are the 3 parts of the IELTS essay question. Now let's look at some examples to understand the IELTS question better. Here is your first example. University education system is one of the most widely discussed topics these days. Many people believe that college students should be allowed to choose subjects they like to study. Others think that it is always better to learn subjects that have relevance in the future. Discuss both views and give your opinion. I have selected a question which has got all the 3 parts here. So the first sentence of this question, university education system is one of the most widely discussed topics today. So what is the background? The background or the scope of the essay is university education system. Okay, so if you write an answer or an essay with like school education, your answer will be wrong. Never mention school education or primary education, or it's not generally about the education, but it's about the university education system. Okay, now the second and third sentences that you see are the arguments. You have 2 opposing views. Many people believe that college students should be allowed to choose subjects that they like to study. So that's the belief of one group of people. Then others think that it is always better to learn subjects that have relevance in the future. So there is another section of people who believe just the opposite. They say that it should not be according to the taste and interest of the children or the students. It should be according to the relevance that it has in the future. Okay, so study subjects which have some relevance in the future. That's what they say. Discuss both views and give your opinion. That's a real question. So in this question, they ask you to discuss both views and give your opinion. So that's the first example. Now let's look at another example. You have the second example there. Many offenders commit more crime after serving first punishment. Why is this happening? And what measures can be taken to tackle this problem? Here in this question, you have a background and you have question. Arguments are not present in this question. So what is the background? Many offenders commit more crime after serving first punishment. It is about repeating offense after their imprisonment. So this is the background. Okay, many criminals are found to repeat their crimes. Okay, even after serving their term of punishment. So that's the background. Now the question here, actually you have 2 parts for this question. Why is this happening and what measures can be taken in order to tackle this problem? All right, so there's no argument, just a background and the question. Now let's look at the next type of question. Next essay question. Because many children are not able to learn foreign language, schools should not force them to learn foreign languages. To what extent do you agree or disagree? This is the third question. So, let's look at the first sentence once again. Because many children are not able to learn foreign language, schools should not force them to learn foreign languages. So, is it a background or an argument? This is clearly an argument. It's a view which is given that foreign languages should not be imposed on children or on school, like on students. Okay, so that's an argument. So what's the background? Ask yourself, why is there such an argument? The argument is there because many schools are imposing foreign languages on students. So they are forced to learn foreign languages. So especially in developing countries, English is made mandatory in all schools. So that's the background. So mandatory learning of English language at schools, that is the background here. Then you have the argument. Then you have the question, to what extent do you agree or disagree? So that's the question. So this is how you analyze the question and understand the three parts. Now let's look at the question types. What are the different types of questions that you get for your Ielts writing? So broadly, I would classify the Ielts essay types as 4. Some people also say that there are just 3 types. Okay, but for a better understanding, let's take it as 4. The first type of Ielts question is called the opinion essay. So how will you understand whether it's an opinion essay or not? The first thing about the opinion essay is that, like I said, a background will be there. It may or may not be given, but still every question will have a background. Okay, so there is one argument given. Okay, and you are supposed to express your opinion on this argument. Like the question words will be something like, what is your opinion? Do you agree or disagree? To what extent do you agree or disagree? Do the advantages outweigh disadvantages? Is it a positive or negative trend? So all these types of questions are asking you for the opinion. Okay, so this is called the opinion essay. So how to write? The answer to the opinion question we will discuss later on. Now let's move to the second type of question. This type of essay question is called discussion essay. What is there in a discussion essay? In a discussion essay, as usual, you will have a background. Then you will have 2 opposing views there. Some people say, other people say. Okay, the first example, if you remember, which I showed you, like it had 2 opposing views, many people and others, right? So these types of essays are called discussion essays, where 2 views will be given. And what will be the question? The question will ask you to discuss both these views and then give your opinion. So you are supposed to discuss both the views and then give the opinion. All right? So that is the second type of question, discussion essay. The third type of question. In the third type of question, there will not be an argument. So there will only be a background and then the question. So these questions are called direct questions. In these questions, they could ask you like, what are the problems? What are the solutions? Okay, so like what are the problems and what are the solutions? What are the reasons and what are the solutions? Or what are the causes? What are the effects? Or sometimes what happens is like they give this discussion, just discuss. Okay, like 2 views, and if they give you just discuss, if you're not asked to give your opinion, all you need to do is discuss. Okay, don't give your opinion there. So these kinds of questions are called direct questions. They can also ask you like, what are the advantages and what are the disadvantages? Again, it's direct, no opinion asked. So these types of questions are called the direct questions. So here, make sure that you don't give your opinion at all. Now, moving to the last type of essay question. So in this question, there will be like two parts. We call them as two-part questions. There will be a background given, sometimes an explanation also given, and there will be more than one question in these types of questions. So one question could be an opinion question, one can be a direct question, or two direct questions can be asked in this fourth type of essay. So these are the four different types of essays. So opinion essay, discussion essay, direct essay, and two-part questions. Once you understand the type of the question and also the three parts of the question, you can easily write an answer to this question. So I hope you have now understood how to write an Ielts essay. So if you follow the instructions carefully, Ielts is very easy. In the next video, I'll be discussing in detail how to write the essay structure, step-by-step instructions of the essay structure. So stay tuned for the next video. If you have found this video to be interesting, like, share and subscribe. See you again. Thank you.